Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live, worldwide.
Hi, this is Lady T, urban gospel artist from Jackson, Mississippi. You're listening to Positive Power, XXI Christian Radio on Spreaker Radio and Facebook Live. So keep it locked.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of XXI.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We're just waiting for Paula G to join us. This is Paula G. No, that's not Paula G. That's Dr. Kelly. All right. Who we got? This Tiffany or is Paula G? 347. That's you, Tiffany. All right, we waiting on Paula G, the voice. Tiffany McGee to join us, so hang tight, everybody. All right, let's go to a song break, y'all. This one is called Everybody.
Jerry Royce Live?
Yeah, who's this? This is Paula G?
Yes, Paula G has been in studio for the last 10 minutes, sir.
Oh, okay. You changed numbers on me. I was looking for your other number. Okay.
No, it's the same one.
Oh, okay, you used it on
Remember?
showing. Yeah, I thought you switched to Skype. Used it on showing thing.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Well, how are you? What's up?
I am fantabulous. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Belated Thanksgiving to you and your beautiful family. I saw your photos where you all were having a wonderful time.
Oh, yeah. This was the first time my mother actually felt healthy. Because last year she didn't do Thanksgiving because she had problems. But I told you she had some plumbing issues with their septic system. And they had to get a new one. And it took from that time period all the way now for them to complete it right before Thanksgiving. And
wow,
I had to ride out there to check it out last week, and everything looked good with the landscaping. Mm-hmm. So of course we got to get another landscaper to come in and make it look nice and pretty, But she's really happy. She overdid herself. I mean, we had so much food; it was crazy. But,
she was excited. She had her baby and her baby's babies with her.
Yeah,
so she was happy.
Yeah. Plus, my sister bought a date.
How old is she?
And my sister bought a date too. My mom, she's in her 70s. Well, yeah, my mom's just in her 70s.
Yeah. See, she looks forward to that. Having the family in the house.
That's right.
So your sister bought a date, huh? Your sister brought a date?
Sister bought a date. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Well, that's good. So she's got a new friend in her life.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice guy too. We got a chance. He was asking us a lot of questions about how this internet stuff work and how you get into TV and the movies. And I heard he's quite a mechanic. He actually built race cars. He's an engineer. So it was exciting to meet somebody very intelligent like that. And it turned out that he actually went to school with my wife. She kept telling me, he does look familiar. And I meant to tell her today that my sister said, oh, yeah, y'all went to school together. You just probably look a little different.
Small world.
Yeah.
Look a little different.
Well, people get a little heavier, and a little taller, because that was middle school. Yeah.
Heavier and taller.
Yeah. How you get
well, taller, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I was bony when I was in middle school. I was like a twig, And my sister actually was looking at my picture that one of my friends sent us when we was, we had a DJ group, and she kept saying, "Well, who's that guy right there next to so and so?" I was like, "What guy are you talking about?" She hit me back again. I said, "That's your brother." She was crazy. I said, "You crazy?" So
she didn't recognize you.
Yeah, long time since you've seen those pictures. We were in high school. But look like we got Tiffany on. Let's see how she sounds because she had to dial in through my system. Tiffany McGee, Miss Tiffany, what's up?
Hi.
There she go.
Hey, Tiffany.
How's it going?
Oh, wonderful. How are you, love?
I'm doing well.
Good. Had a beautiful Thanksgiving, I pray.
Absolutely. I absolutely did. I had a chance to visit with some family and It was nice and quiet sometimes, and it was good though. Overall, it was great.
That's awesome.
Great Thanksgiving.
That's good.
A lot to be thankful for.
Before you guys get started with y'all channel,
Thanksgiving every day.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
That's right. Cook it up. That's right. Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know this is award-winning Christian hip hop, TV, radio, everything. Tiffany is so multi-talented. She's actually appeared in on Empire. I think she did about 2-3 episodes of that. She was on Greenleaf. She had an awesome 2017 and 2018 year. She's going to tell you guys all about it. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys go ahead and do your thing and have a great show. Batman's out.
All right. All right.
Good night.
Well, we always appreciate our producer, Batman, and Late Night Radio and all he does with Positive Power 21 and Positive Power 21 family. And shouts out to Next Man Up, the gentleman, men of God that just came before us. Just a powerful, powerful program. Pastor Kelly was on it, and as well as the other gentlemen. So we thank them so very much for their covering. We always say they cover us right before our show, but I am so excited. Yes, I'm so excited this evening to have my guest, multi-award-winning songwriter, music artist. She's a model, actress. She's an author, motivational speaker, and we're going to try to get a little bit of everything in the time that we have. Tiffany, once again, welcome so much. Welcome to Late Night Radio with Jerry Royce Live and Paula G. And share with us a little bit about what this past year has been like for you and what you have been thankful for this past year. What has occurred that you are thankful for this past year?
I am thankful for God being who He is and showing Himself mighty and strong in my life, in the lives of so many of my friends and my family and of the younger generation. That's what I'm thankful for most, is because now people are saying that. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, which is in the Deep South, and
Deep South.
You can. Can you hear? Did you hear that in my voice? So we're in the deep South, right? And everybody, Mississippi kind of gets a bad rap sometimes when it comes down to, in comparison to the other 49 states, right? Mississippi's always number 50 or 49 or something. And so now, though, Mississippi has. And Jackson has, which is the capital city, has some great things to be proud of. And, we're on the rise. And so Mississippi is I want to say prophetically, because Mississippi is a prophetic state, that Mississippi is on the rise. And Jackson in Mississippi is the birthplace of America's music. So you have so many great people who have come out of Mississippi, and great music artists and everything that have come out of Mississippi, and they have went on to do so well in the music industry and in life and in business. Well, I'm still here in Jackson, yet God is birthing out a new thing in me and in so many other talented residents and natives of Jackson, Mississippi. And so we're excited. We're excited because now, I used to be a secular rapper years ago when I was a teenager and in my young adult years, and God turned that thing around after I suffered some injuries from a very bad car accident that I was in, and ended up in the hospital for 3 days in a coma, and in the intensive care unit with a very dismal prognosis and diagnosis from the doctors. Well, lo and behold, flash forward years later, God called me into ministry and gave me the revelation of gospel rap, using that message along with rap music or with hip-hop. And hence, that is how I became the Christian hip-hop artist that I am, is because God called me into it. It wasn't something that I had been exposed to before. I did not know that it existed. And I can say now that 5 years later, since I answered the call and told God, yes, that I am Mississippi's first multi-award-winning Christian hip-hop artist. And I've been awarded over 25 times across the United States for, various things, including music and modeling and beauty and motivational speaking. I've also written a children's book, and it's called Hippos Downtown. And so I'm doing a whole lot, as you heard Jerry Royce say, before. I've made some appearances. It wasn't Greenleaf. Actually, it was Clean Sugar, which is one of Uncle Winfrey's productions along with Greenleaf. Also Empire. I played Shine's baby's mother on Empire. So I have lots of things to be thankful for. My album, which is entitled I Ain't Preaching to the Choir, it has been Grammy considered this year. It was considered last year, the single was, and now the album is out. And also I made the first round ballot for the Stellar Awards, so we will see in December if we got those official nominations.
Wow.
So everything is not number 50 about Mississippi anymore.
It's number one.
It's okay.
A little
number
girl
one now, baby.
Mississippi. A little girl from Jackson, Mississippi. Well, you know, it's such a beautiful thing to hear, you know, you share with such confidence and with such energy, you know, all of the things that are going on with you, because I think sometimes we as women, we tend to lose ourselves and lose our own identity in the roles that we play, you know, wife, mother, daughter, you know, employee, you know, all of these different roles that sometimes tend to draw us away from the God-given gifts that we have been given. So it's such a beautiful thing to, you know, hear you share all of the wonderful, you know, things that you are doing and will continue to do for, you know, the glory of God and His kingdom. Can you share with us just a little bit about what it was like growing up in Jackson, Mississippi? So just kind of give us a glimpse through your lens as the little girl growing up in Jackson.
Well, I would say that during my childhood here in Jackson, it was a pretty great experience. My mother, you know, she traveled a lot, quite a bit, and so I had a chance to experience some other cities and some other states. And my thing, though, Paula, the reason why my experience in Jackson was great is because I love to read. So no matter whether I was in Jackson or New York or Florida, I could be in Jackson and be in a book, but be in Africa somewhere because I love to read. And so that was my passport to the world. That was my passport to other cultures and, you know, to experience new things, was to read all of the time. And so that gave me the creative, I feel like it fed my creative ability, and it planted seeds within me that I wanted to create, I wanted to express, I wanted to write, I wanted to illustrate the visuals that I had in my mind and be able to draw those out and share them with the world and with other people, just as the authors who wrote those books that I would read did for me. You know, it was an internal picture that I had that I read. And so so it didn't matter where my geographical location was, but being here in Jackson, you know, we have a lot of historical things that have happened and taken place in Jackson and within the state of Mississippi, as far as like race and you know, civil rights and some of that stuff, some social injustices. Some of that stuff still happens here, and it's talked about a lot, and people have this perception of Mississippi that, you know, it's still carts and horses and carriages and everything. And, you know, and that we're not on the brink of technology and we're not in the know. And there's so many great things here, though, and there's quite a few, you know, prominent, wealthy people who are here in Mississippi you would not believe, you know. But it's not like how people think it is. It wasn't like that. You know, I experienced the same thing. I played with the same toys that the children across the world played with, and I had a great childhood. And but I did, you know, realize that there was a world outside of the world that I was within in Jackson, Mississippi, and I was able to explore that, whether it be a book or internet or technology, or being along with my mother and traveling with her while she worked.
Right. And I think, and thank you so much for sharing that, because I think it's so important for, you know, like you said, to kind of shatter some of the stereotypes that people may have of, you know, especially people who have never been south of the Mason-Dixon line and have these, misperceptions of the South and parts of the South. And I love what you said about reading the books, and it just speaks to the power of words, how the power of words on a page can transform you into other countries, other cultures, other environments. And I would dare say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I would dare say that it also showed you as a little girl that there was a world outside of my immediate world, outside of my zip code, for lack of a better reference, that, and there was so much out there to explore and so much out there to see and, so very much out there to do, and I think that is so reading is so important. I think if we've kind of gotten away from the, and I'm not hating on the Kindles and the iBooks and so forth, but there's nothing like a physical book. There's nothing like
I agree.
to sit down with a physical book.
We can type and do things pretty quickly and conveniently with our technology means and everything, but for me as a writer, there's nothing like a notebook and a pen sometimes as well. I mean, typing is convenient, but sometimes you have to have those intimate moments when you're away from the hardware and the equipment and it's just you and the old way of doing things. And, to be able to get to that place and tap into the real rawness of what it is you're trying to do. Because you're on the computer, there's too many distractions. There's no distractions unless you put something in.
You have that pen.
Stop typing and doing what I'm doing on my computer and log on to Facebook, or on my phone, log onto Instagram or something like that, and totally take me away from what I'm doing. But if I go sit out on the porch or in the park with a notebook and a pen, I'm tuned into nature, into my surroundings and what's around me, and I'm not concerned about all these other things.
Right, because you've got that focus, and it's almost something sacred about that. It's just you, the notebook, pen, and your thoughts. Sitting there. So tell us a bit about your modeling. What type of experiences have you had with that?
Well, I have modeled for boutiques and local boutiques that are here in Jackson. I actually started modeling though when I was in Atlanta filming the video for I Ain't Preaching to the Choir. There was a young lady who, she was a makeup artist that was on set for my video that day, and she thought I had some nice features, and she asked if I would be interested in modeling for her makeup company while I was there in Atlanta, and I agreed, to do it. And really, she helped me to recognize a gift that my mother had noticed early on. I remember when I was younger, maybe about 3 or 4 years old, anywhere between the ages of 3 and 7, my mom would literally, change my outfit 3 or 4 times a day, take me outside to various spots or in the house, and she would take pictures of me. And I went through this phase, Paula, where I was like, I don't want to dress up like this anymore, and, I'm just going to wear me some comfortable jeans and some tennis shoes and a jacket. T-shirt. I can hide my shape and, all of that stuff. And I went through that phase, as a teenager, but then when she asked me if I could model for her company while I was there, and I did it, I really connected, and I was like, okay. I didn't even think about my roots or what my mom used to do at that time. But when I got back to Jackson, I started putting some images out there, and some photographers inboxed me, and they wanted to work with me, which was helpful because at that time I really did not have the resources to build my portfolio. And I prayed to God. I said, Lord, this is the thing that you have called me to. You've stirred this gift, and I know that there are certain resources, certain things that I'm going to need to be able to put it out there like that. I need for you to make a way for this to happen. And so when the photographers reached out and they were like, hey, if we can use these images to promote our photography services, you can use them as a part of your portfolio. And so we made a fair, even exchange, right? And that's how I built my portfolio. And I got connected to a couple of fashion shows and owners of boutiques and designers, and they were interested in working with me and having me as a feature model for their company, and they would pay for the photographer or what have you, and then they would provide the clothes, and so they would release the images to me and use them to promote, their clothing or whatever. So
and that's how
we worked that out.
Yes. And and that's how and I'm so glad you said that, because that's how sometimes we get these ideas of things that we want to do, and it turns out sometimes that it's not what God has destined for us to do. But as you said, God, if this is a path that you want me to take, then, essentially, open these doors, make a way, provide, and that's what he did, which was confirmation for you that this was a direction that he had wanted you to go in, to use yet another gift that you have, as well. Just tapping into all of these gifts, just tapping into all of these gifts that, God has given us is a beautiful journey, when you feel
he's so good. While I was working with one of the photographers here in Jackson named Mitch Davis, Mitch is the one who, just like the makeup artist, recognized my features and said, I know you're doing the music and the modeling. Have you thought about acting? He said, I'm going to send you some instructions and you follow them and see what happens. And I did. And after I submitted 2 hours, it wasn't even 2 hours later, I got a call from the casting agency for Queen Sugar. And that's how it happened. That's how that happened. And I was so shocked over in the summer that I got a call from one of the staff members from Dr. Bobby Jones Presents, and they wanted to know if I was interested in becoming the first female Christian hip hop artist to come on to the show. They had never had a female; they had all male, and they saw my video online. And so many things have manifested from me posting that video.
Yes.
But they saw the video online and invited me to come out, so we made history, with that. It's amazing.
So on your way to you being an author, a door opens, and then on your way to going through that particular door, another door opens, and then on your way to going through, and it's just like a chain, almost like a chain reaction.
Absolutely.
One after another.
I've said it myself. I said it seems that every time I walk through one door, two more doors open, and when I walk through those doors, two more doors open.
But see, the key here is you started out with that prayer of, God, if this is the direction that you want me to go in, and these doors are opening because they were meant to open for you, because you're walking in the right path. You're being obedient. You're walking in the right path, and that is the key. Being led and guided and directed and walking in the right path, so that those right doors, were open, and one leads to another, and they all intertwine to make you who you are, to make you who you are today. What do you see for yourself in Jerry, how are we doing on time? We okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick about Tiffany. One thing, Tiffany is a good listener, too, and she's not afraid to ask questions. I know she made some real big phone calls, and she asked questions, and they told her she had to do 1, 2, 3, and she did it, and look at her now. And that's the key, too. You have to make those calls. Sometimes you just can't sit back and think you're going to do it all by yourself. Sometimes you need help from people who's been in the industry or know a lot about the industry, and she wasn't afraid to ask those hard questions. And good for you, Tiffany. Congratulations to you.
And then step out in it, because I know there were probably times where you might have been a bit apprehensive or a little bit anxious, but you did, like Joyce Meyer said, you did it afraid, and you kept moving forward.
I sure did. And sometimes, the very thing that we pray for, and the times that pray for, the platform sometimes that we pray for when they come. Sometimes you want to turn away and run. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. What? Like, for instance, when I first wrote my first songs for this album, I Ain't Preaching to the Choir, I have the same notebook. I still have it in my closet back there. And I wrote in the notebook that I wanted to open up for Erica Campbell. And I wrote a couple other things, but I don't want to release them yet, publicly, because I don't want the enemy to try and attack it, But I wrote in my notebook that I would open for Erica Campbell, tour with Erica Campbell, open for Erica Campbell. And so there's a gospel explosion that happened in Jackson on July the 8th of this year. And guess who the headliner was? Erica Campbell. And then guess who the coordinators of the event called about 3 days before the event and was like, Tiffany, can you come and open up the show? And I was like, what? I wrote that. I wrote that back in 2014. You know, it didn't come to pass.
There you go.
4 years later.
That's right. That's right. You speak it into existence. You speak it into existence, and it may not occur right away, but whenever we speak these things, and we know we're on the right path and we speak these things, we have to be patient and watch them unfold. Tiffany, we're out of time, but I thank you so very much for joining us here this evening. We're going to stay connected to you and continue to follow you. We wish you many blessings. And just tell us real quickly how the audience can reach out to you.
Hey, everybody. You can reach out to me on social media at Official Miss Tiffany. That's OFFICIALMIZTIFFANY. I also have a website. It's www.MsTiffany.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany Coleman McGee right here on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live and Paula G. We are going to take a song break, and when we come back, on the flip side is the Christian Party Line this evening, be hosted by none other than Miss Patrice Jackson and Chanel Lynn Malloy, and I think Lady Wisdom will hang around for a little bit. Shay Sams is sitting out, taking the night off this evening. So this is Late Night with Jerry Royce Live and Paula G. We'll be back in a few moments.
Of my feet, oh Lord, let your spirit